$1 billion missed, and it's going 71 out of the 75 people that are charged with fraud are East African descent, Somalians. What does that mean?
Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can. But to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz deflecting on the fraud schemes that prosecutors say led to the theft of more than $1 billion in taxpayer funds. Many of the defendants are members of the state's Somali community. Let's bring in Minnesota House Speaker Lisa DeMeth. She is running against Tim Walz for governor. That election is next year. Lisa, for people who are catching up from the holiday weekend, how would you describe the fraud that was happening in Minnesota?
Fraud in Minnesota under the watch of Governor Walz has exploded in his 7 years as governor. There are 28 known scandals of fraud, just over 7 years. And as you heard, Dana, he has said that he takes responsibility for putting people in jail, but he's never apologized to the taxpayers. He's never taken accountability of saying this has happened on his watch, and he's pushed it aside until I, as Speaker of the House, established the Fraud Prevention and Agency Oversight Committee this legislative session, and it has finally drawn national attention. Something that has gone on for years, $1 billion or more of fraud under Governor Walz. Finally,
Governor Walz, he got to go. I think Minnesota's getting enough of him. Over $1 billion stolen in Minnesota fraud schemes. He had to have some part in that. You don't let this just go by and just don't say anything. I believe he's more for the Somalians because he's trying to continue to keep his votes so he can continue to be governor instead of being for the American people. You can't have people that's never been in charge of money be in charge of money. You're the governor of Minnesota. Minnesota, you have a problem. You have to understand that Governor Walz is not for you. He's had $1 billion. We know the one big case of $300 million missing, stolen, people getting caught, and they're saying it's easy to take money from the state of Minnesota. I think this was the same guy that, well, yeah, he was supposed to be Kamala Harris's vice president. I just don't understand like the thing that he does. How is he helping out Minnesota when he's just letting the money disappear? Want to see the full clip? Head to Mr. Marcus World YouTube channel. Link is in the bio.